Shehzad, it was a much touted reform brought about by the BJP by Atal Bihari Vajpayee government. You said that the government thinks long term, you think about the finances of the country. What made you go back on that stance?
Before I come to this issue, and I promise I'll come to it in 30 seconds, I want to use the platform of Times now to highlight just one thing. There are several thousands of students on the streets of Karnataka, aspirants for the KPSC and KS exams, demanding that the exams be postponed. But the Karnataka government, instead of listening to them, has arrested them. All they are demanding is that you have kept it on a weekday. The papers have been printed much in advance. The leaks of the route has already taken place, and the entire system has been compromised. Those people who are crying about NEET are now arresting students. So therefore, in solidarity with those students, I'm raising their issue. Now I'm coming to the issue that we are discussing today. First of all, the NPS was as much a brainchild of the Vajpayee government as it was of the Manmohan Singh government. In fact, it was taken to its logical conclusion by Manmohan Singh government. Let me tell you what Montek Singh Ahluwalia said. Reviving old pension scheme is a bankruptcy recipe. Then, Praveen Chakravarti writes, schemes like OPS will only exacerbate the gap between rich and poor states. Converting new pension scheme into an old is a no-go area, Raghuram Rajan. Manmohan Singh, in fact, took credit for actually putting the new pension scheme in place. So therefore, if anybody has done a U-turn, it is the Congress party which has done a U-turn from something that it advocated and championed. Now what the government has done is that, considering the demands that came from various sections of central government employees, last year a committee was formed under the chairmanship of the former finance secretary. It gave certain recommendations, and both the options have been kept. A UPS, which basically rests on 4 pillars, which is basically assured pension of 50%, assured family pension, lump sum amount, and indexation with inflation. Or if you don't want that, you can continue in the NPS. So we have not backtracked on anything. But what is doing a U-turn is this, Priyan, I'll just finish in 20 seconds. OPS, which they were championing, does not find a mention in Congress's manifesto in 2024. Where is OPS fully implemented in Karnataka? Where is OPS fully implemented in Telangana? Where is OPS fully implemented in Himachal? This is the same U-turn they did on GST. This is the same U-turn they did on farm laws, which was in their manifesto. This is the same U-turn they did on actually doing away with the caste census in 1951. And today they demand the caste census. This is the same U-turn they did on 370 when Nehru said, gis jayega. But today NC and Congress want 370 back, thereby not giving reservations to the Dalits in Jammu Kashmir. This is the same U-turn they did when they opposed Rafale after championing the cause of Rafale. This is a party of U-turns. It is a party that decides its position, whether it's in power or whether it's in opposition.
No, but it's interesting that you speak of U-turns. We'll go into the nuances of your point-by-point rebuttal. But Mallikarjun Kharge is saying that the U in your UPS in itself is a U-turn. Is it not? You were very happy with NPS. You just cited examples of several other leaders from the opposition as well praising it. Then why did you have to come up with another scheme?
Because the government always listens to employees. Employees have certain feedbacks. They feel that they wanted something more, and therefore a committee was formed. And if the committee got certain recommendations, based on that, another scheme has been formulated. People are free to decide whether they want scheme A or they want scheme B. There is no compulsion or force being implemented on any of the people. We are giving an additional option. How is an option in democracy bad thing? But having said that, now let's ask the question that why did the Congress do a U-turn on the NPS which it swore by, first of all? And secondly, if it now swears by the OPS, where is the OPS in Rajasthan, in Telangana, in Karnataka, in Himachal? Why did it not implement the OPS fully and properly in Karnataka so far? Let's ask those questions. Why is it now doing a U-turn even on OPS? Why didn't it say that we will promise the OPS across the country in the 2024 manifesto?
When he was asked about that question during Lok Sabha manifesto release, he said it is in our minds. Lokesh Jindal, BJP is doing what is on their mind. What about the Congress's mind?
Well, Congress has always delivered whatever it has promised. In fact, it is the BJP which is forced to take a U-turn and withdraw from whatever it had promised earlier. Just now, Shehzad talked about the Karnataka Public Service Commission. So let me remind him, it is Maharashtra Public Service Commission, which has postponed the MPSC examination for the 3rd time. And there are similar massive protests on the street. So you must also stand in solidarity with them. Now, coming to the to the Unified Pension Scheme, now there are various loopholes in this UPS that is announced by the government. The government says that in order to get the full pension, you need 25 years of services. Now, please tell me, as per the UPSC age limit, the reserved sections, they appear for the examination till 37 years of age. So they would be retiring at the age of 58 or 60 years. So they will not be availing the benefit of the Unified Pension Scheme. So such forms of loopholes are
complete
still
lie.
there in the UPSC that has been announced by the government.
I am the future that was born 100 years ago. I am the purpose that emerged with India's independence to be a force for business that makes doing good our business. Towards an independence where knowledge sets us free. To think big and achieve bigger. To take India to the world and the world to India. Creating pathways of self-reliance. To stand for progress, the planet and the people. Towards a future made perfect. And be a force creating abundance. Because independence is not a moment in history. It's a never-ending path to prosperity. Aditya Birla Group, a force for good.